G'day, I'm Clive and welcome. Couple of new pouches. Now, the last couple of weeks I've been working damn hard, so I thought I'd treat myself. And these are the Savotta side pouch, and I've gone from the 4 litre up to the 8 litre. And I've got them in green, which matches my pack, which is probably a lot of my packs are the green or the earth colours. Side pouch for backpacks, material 500D Cordura with Pals attachment, and it's got a 5-year warranty. So, why did I get these? Hi Puss Puss. Now the 4 litre, I could fit my, where is it, it's over there, my Lanchan 2 hiking pole tent in there with a squeeze, and that's something I don't like having to do, force things in and always make it awkward and difficult. In the morning I want to be able to pack down, put things in, comfortably put things in without having to compress it and spend time shoving and be on my way. So that's why I went with these. I went from the 4 to the 8 litre. Now, quite surprising, they fit nice on the medium Yakari or Jakari, however you want to pronounce it. Mind what you're doing up there, little man, on top of the cabinets. The 4 litre look nice in there. These are not recommended for it, but they fit well and they look good, and they add very little extra weight to the 4 litre ones. I'll show you quickly just side by side. Let's go that way, top. That's the difference. So when they're actually on there, they are, where was I when I did it? That high. So they're roughly, that's not bad, not far off centered on the pack. Now I'll show you these when I'm installing them and which rows I use, but we'll just have a quick look over at these. The same as the 4 litre ones. We've got a row of webbing down here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a squeeze 6 little sections where you can hook things through, put some paracord through there or carabiners to hang stuff off. And on the back, again, the 2 straps. You need 4 columns on your pack to attach them to your molly. But there's only 4 rows of webbing. 2 near the top and 2 near the bottom. Now, when you attach this to the medium, this is the only one at the bottom, the top one, that will connect to the pack itself, which will be holding it in place. So this one here, really, you're just holding what's left of the main webbing here, the main strap. Zippers. Now, there's no brand name on them. I'm sure there is because they've got a little logo on it. They're nice and strong. They're a good size 5, I think. Decent size pulleys. Easy access. So what's in this one first? Now, I carry tents I use, and I also use my bivvies. I love the bivvies, but there's times where there's bivvies ideal and the tent's better. So in this one here, just to show you the capacity, is actually a 2-person tent, and this is the Nature Hike Cloud Up 2, hence 2-person tent, and that sits in there with a bit of room to spare. And this has got the poles in there, it's got the pegs in there, weighs about 1.6 kilos, and that fits in there easy. and that surprised me. I thought the poles were going to be a little bit too long, but no, they sit in there just nice. In this one, and as you can see, I've got room for spare still, so there's no need to squash this in there. This is one of my bivvies, my hoop pole bivvy. Here's the poles, they went in nice and easy. They just set like they were made to measure for the pack. And here's the actual bivvy bag itself. Side by side. Goes in there nice. So show you the inside. Turn one inside out. You can see nice and shiny. The backing of the actual main material gives it some waterproofing. It'll be the same material down the sides, and it's got the lining which goes all the way around to the other side. We've got a little weep hole, the drain hole, so if you've got any dust in there or any water in there for any reason, it's got somewhere to escape from. We have a nice little D-ring on a webbing loop, so you can attach your keys or even a small water pouch. A nice big pocket, which is just over 3/4 of the length, starting here. As you expect from Savotta, really nice craftsmanship on them. Even finished here, they've melted that so there's no fraying bits off the hemming around. Yeah, it's just all finished off really nice, good quality. Now what I'll do is I'll get the pack and I'll attach them to the pack and show you what it looks like with them on. And it's always easier to attach these to your pack when the pack's empty. You can do it, or when the pouch is empty. You can do it when you've got things in the pouch. It just makes it a little bit more awkward. So the webbing is going to come straight through the top row here. So unclick this. Okay, we'll do the top row first and show you as I go. I'll zoom the camera in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect size for this. So we'll put the top ones through first. Then I'll bring the back through the top one on the back of the pouch. Oh, excuse me, itchy snitch. Then under the second row, and then through the second row here. So that alone would hold it in place. Actually, yeah, so it doesn't attach to the bottom. I must apologise about that. So now with these, I'm just going to take them down under the 3 rows here. 1, 2, 3. The same with this one. 1, 2, 3. So that's made the pouch even more secure. Now all I'm going to do with these ones is bring it underneath, then I'm going to tuck it over this one and bring it back up just to tidy it, so there's no straps hanging around. So under, same with this one, under, and then underneath here and back up behind the last row on the pouch. So first one done. And there's the second one. Now you can see from about just after the halfway point down, that's where attaching it to the pack stops. But you've still got access to your actual, some people call it a bottle holder, others call it where your axe will come through the top here and the shaft of your axe will sit in there so it's not flapping around, or poles can go in there and up the middle. Let's see if we can get that up past all the rows and straps, so the poles don't have to go in there, they can just come down the back of the pouch. And if you look, you've got 2 rows aren't being used, so you've got 2 rows for axe handles to go down, or your poles. So yeah, nice and handy, nice and secure, and that's the first one done. Now I'll get the second one on and then I'll be back. There we go, got the 2 on now. The second one was a lot easier. I weren't trying to concentrate on the camera and talk at the same time. So what we'll do is put the tent in this side. Put the cord in. And as you can see, that's a 2-person tent. Sits in there. So any poles shorter than, that says 40 centimetres. So there's the poles here, let's have a feel. Yeah, let's say anything below, anything around the 40 centimetres if you have a tent with poles. As long as your packs down to that 40 centimetres in length, the poles will fit in here. So that's the poles, peg, tent, ground sheet, room for spare. So if I wanted to, I could put extra in that. Let's cover the zip over with the flap. Put the bivvy back in here, the side where I put the pegs behind it, but as you saw, the pole did fit inside the pouch. Again, running nice and easy. Room to spare. And your compression straps, they still fit through these nice and easy. Fit through the top loop there, out the other loop, locks into place. Same on this one. This one that goes through the second one. Well, if you include the small one, we've got the tiny one and the two. So it's a two large one, the second large one, second large one, and that still goes up. And you also still have access to your zip here. So if you want to, you can still get stuff out. So what you got with it in this configuration now is your main 30 litre, 8 and 8, so that's 46 litres just by adding 2 pouches on. And if you got the Yakari, you know you can extend this by about another 10 litres up to around the 40. I don't know what happened there, my camera turned off. I love the idea of using pouches. It just makes things more versatile. I've got a pouch on the hip belt here, so I can put things in there. Another pouch here. I can put a bigger pouch on, which I'm looking at for the times when I want to expand it a little bit more. I've got the pouch on the hood. I've got the pouches on the side now, so it's very, very versatile bit of kit this is. There's not a lot more you can actually say about this. Just changing them up from the 4 litre to the 8 litre has made a big, big difference. I don't have to strap the tent or anything on the outside. And I've still got the option to expand by adding my tent on the outside and putting stuff in the pouches or in the pack itself. So there it is. The Savotta 8 litre, now let's make sure I get this name right. Side pouches. So I'll put a link down below if you're here in Australia where you can get them from, or anything Savotta or survival related. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And if this is the first time you've been to my channel, please go down below and click on the subscribe button. Then click on the notification bell next to it and select all, so you can be notified of all future videos. And if you are already a subscriber, again, I thank you very much.